What's good, y'all? What is good? Hopefully everything is good with y'all today or tonight, whatever. Wasn't really thinking about doing too much of a stream. Hold up, take out my candle. But don't really have anything planned. But I wanted I had a thought that come to my mind, and I wanted to just pretty much share it in real time, with you guys. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we think and how we feel about that, or rather, how I think and how I feel about that. We'll see it goes from there because I'm trying to sort out some things for a while now. But I think if I say it out loud, rather than me just bits and pieces and I get distracted, whatever, I figured get it on the record by just recording my thoughts with you guys, and then we'll run it from there. Hey, what's going on, Mayo? Mayo's already in the building. Appreciate that. No particular how do I say, no particular topic right now, but I do have something that's pretty much in my mind. That's kind of what I want to get out there. So I've been thinking about this journey that I've been on, the journey of building oneself from being in particular areas, the idea about association, assimilation, and then the matter of memory. And as I've been thinking about that, I think about it in terms of the content world, pretty much. Now, this idea of assimilation and about memory it works twofold. It works on the content creator, but also it works on the viewer. And it's something that I think we do on a subconscious level, and it can be very detrimental. So hold on, let me turn this thing off because it's distracting me. So you ever notice how it's not just like the algorithm that's basically trying to put you in a box, especially if you happen to be a content creator, but sometimes it's your own viewers. It's the people who think that you are it's the people you think are here for you. But the people you see in the chats, every time you go live, you have to ask yourself that question. Because you're thinking to yourself, these are the people who I see. These are the people who I can say that I know. These are the people who support you. And yet, they seem to support you as long as you keep delivering the same exact version that they got the first time around. I think if a person tries to change their style, tries to change their pace, tries to change their subject, and suddenly they're not so they're not so loud in the chat anymore. Suddenly they've gone disappearing. They start doing that whole I miss the old you. But that I think that concept of the old you really comes on to where the person first discovered you. And that's what I kind of call viewer memory. The human version of the algorithm for people pigeonholes you. And not for that, when you combine this with assimilation, when you've already been shaped by a particular space that you're in, you're so, you've been basically handed the keys to your own identity over other people. I think the scary part of that is most creators do not even realize that this is happening. Not until they're burnt out and don't even know who they're making content for anymore. Thank goodness I haven't come down to that point. I know exactly who I'm making content for. I just don't think they realize who I'm making content for. Let's talk about the act of the assimilation trap. Because I think the assimilation is when you quietly let the space that you're in rewrite who you are. And it can be for multiple different reasons. Let's just say you join a niche. Maybe it's panels. Maybe it's gaming. Maybe it's street interviews. You come in with your own style, your own rhythm, your own way of doing things. But when you watch how, say, the big dogs move, right? You see what they get in reactions. Maybe you start to mimic their style. Not because you plan to, but because maybe you're the type of content creator who wants to fit in. So you're doing what you think you see works. At first, maybe it's even small. Maybe you've adjusted your language. Maybe you tweaked a couple of topics. Maybe you react to the thing in the same way that the space reacts. You choose your headlines. Maybe they look like exactly like everyone else's because that's what you say works. I think before you know it, even your voice has pretty much been hijacked by a culture that you joined. Now, for me, it's been a bit different. You know, I have been in a lot of different spaces. Some of you have seen me come because you've seen me in the Fight Club space. The Fight Club space, which was more of the controversial, because I'm not really gonna say debate, but controversial sexual dynamic relationship area. That's not where all you know me from, though. Some of you may know me from. Some of you may know me from. Well, you wouldn't really know me from that area. Most people don't know me around the area, but I've been in financial areas. Some of you guys might actually know me from the porch, which is more of a variety, but does kind of like political, also kind of like accountability for cops. It does from time to time maybe focus on relationship dynamics. Maybe you didn't know that. Maybe you found me over on, say, Mel Pandora's channel, which was more of not necessarily a variety channel, but more of the conversations of parasocial relationships. So I've been in a lot of different areas, but what people don't tend to understand is that where they see you, where they found you at, they associate that with being you, even when you have your own particular style and brand of content. Just something the people should be taking into account, but they don't. This is where most creators pretty much convince themselves that they're just adapting. that an adaptation is important, but I think the adaptation becomes imitation. And I think a lot of people have crossed the line where they brought their imitation into assimilation. To put it simply, it's it's the easiest way to lose yourself online. But I think you shouldn't be selling yourself out for it. Because by blending in so damn well into what everybody else is doing, you just become part of the noise. And that works twofold. I think the problem with assimilation is you've been building a brand that doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the space that people have seen you from, the space that even maybe you frequent too much. You think you've got an audience, but what you really have is a borrowed crowd. They're here for the type of content that you're making, not you as a creator. Which means the second you change, they gone. So let's talk a little bit about that viewer memory, since they are quick to go the moment they see something they're not expecting, based on where they found you. Because that viewer memory is the human side as well. You know, the fucking fly. The algorithm might be the one that serves your content, but the audience that gets to decide how they remember you, and that's memory, and it's sticky. If they first found you, say, doing a heated panel debate, then I know him. He's that panel guy. If they discover you during your streak, maybe viral takes, then that's the guy who they know you to be in their mind, even if you've moved on. If they fell in love with your gameplay streams, say, they expect to see the same experience every time they show up. That doesn't mean you have to be trapped. But for some reason, they trap themselves. They don't see you as a multi-layered creator. They see you as one version of yourself that fits neatly into their world because that's the only world they wish to inhabit. Your viewers, especially if you see me, you're a content creator, your viewers don't follow you at first. They follow the version of you that fits into their world. And if you change, some won't come with you. You have to be aware of that. And here's the thing about viewers' memories. It's emotional, it's not logical, it's very nostalgic. They remember how they felt when they first watched you. Regardless of where you're from, that doesn't mean everybody who first watched you saw you on your channel. And when you change, when they think that you've changed, they're not just reacting to different content. They're reacting to the loss of that feeling. Now, I'm thinking about how the viewers end up blocking you down, because this is something I've personally have had to deal with myself. When it comes to dealing with viewers, I think one of the most dangerous things to go through, in terms of like even more dangerous than the algorithm itself, is that it's personal. You can game the algorithm, but you can't game people's expectations without consequences. Can't do it. When you pivot from what the viewers will see as growth, even though they may not have seen all your stuff, because the truth of the matter is that people move forward from where they found you. Most people don't go back to see what you've done. If they have seen me, say, on If they see me on Glenn Lawrence, or if they've seen me on Resto Chesto, if they see me on who's another one, if they see me on Flow State, the Power to Dusty, right? If they come to see me on a stream that I'm doing, from that first stream on is what they're watching. They won't see what you've done beforehand to understand who you are as a creator. And that's not your problem as a creator. That's their problem as a viewer. Because they should understand and take the time to understand what they're getting into, but most don't. Like I said, when you decide to pivot, your growers don't always see that growth. They only see where they came in. And if they see you do anything different, they look at it as a betrayal. They'll say things like, you used to be about this. Now you're about that. You changed. I miss it when you used to. But the truth of the matter is that they really don't know who you are. They've never really taken the time to understand who you are, what you do. Why are you doing that? Why are you talking about that? Hey, did you hear about so-and-so? When that may not be your world. It just be by happenstance. Maybe you were just there at the time, but that doesn't mean that you follow it. And I think the unspoken contract is, don't change too much. Don't make me adjust. Keep giving me what I came here for. You're the content creator, but somehow in their mind, the unspoken contract is, keep giving me what I came here for. And keep in mind, multiple people show up in a channel. Multiple people. That means every single subscriber, every single solitary individual has an unspoken contract. Instead of actively learning who they're actually watching. It's not that your audience hates change, by the way. It's not that your audience hates change. They hate being reminded that you're the one who's in control as the creator. This is why some creators start to resent their own audience, because they feel boxed in by people who claim to love them. That's what it is. They don't really understand why you do what you do. And most people don't even ask. Now, what happens when, I would say, when that memory of what your viewers happens to get mixed up with assimilation? Because assimilation shapes you into what works, right? Or at least I would say it shapes you into what works right now, to be fair. Viewers' memories are pretty much cemented in the versions of the people that they met at that time and try to hold them there forever. So now you got two prisons. You got two prisons. You got the culture that you join, pressuring you to pretty much keep fitting in. Weird. But then you also have the audience pressure to keep bringing who you were when they first met you. And the truth of the matter is that where they met you may not even necessarily be your platform. Ain't that a bitch? Maybe you're engaging because maybe you're on someone else's platform and you happen to actually like what they do and you just want to be a supporter of their platform. Let's just say that. Let's just say I get on, let's just say you see me on Team Fatty's platform. Likes to talk about gender sexual dynamics or whatever. Because you met me there. That's where you met me. You see me. You've met me there. let's just say there's a promo, someone says, go see Resla's channel. You're expecting that on my channel, never taking the time to actually understand what the creator actually does. It's by association that you create assimilation. Imagine that. This is what I said. Assimilation will only show you what you're working on right now. I'm just saying. The idea of reinvention isn't just creating something new, but rather it's destroying the old picture of you, the old picture of your audience had of you. And you have to survive the fallout, by the way. You have to. There are a lot of you who met me through many circumstances. So maybe even some of you met me because of the whole auditor fallout debacle that came to my channel. And because of that, plenty of people said, do you know this? Do you know that? I can't believe you know this person. I don't like them, and I don't like them, and I don't like them. And you should look at the auditor stuff too. And I'm like, that's not my vibe. And people get mad. Your audience will get mad. Individuals in your audience or groups in your audience will get mad at you for you, as the creator, stating your position. This is not what I do. This is not what I choose to engage with. Because for some reason, and maybe we have to talk a bit about this, your audience tend to believe that they have the power to tell you what you should be talking about. And I think most people don't survive the fallout. They either keep playing the role until they can't stand it, or they blow it all up and they start from zero. I guess for me, even getting through that hurdle was me trying to figure out how to break out of a particular situation without losing my base. And that's something that's a very hard thing to do, because you're going to lose people regardless. The idea is, can you convince people, or rather, can you persuade them to understand who they're dealing with rather than who they want to have as a new ally? Because we're very hive-minded. People want to be around other people who they either feel are like them, or people who they absolutely hate, so they can talk to other people who are like them. Very destructive behavior for a lot of reasons. They never really just take the person as they are, which they themselves are, nuanced, having difference of opinions, allowed to change their mind, can be contradictory, whatever. Like, for some reason, this doesn't seem to fall into people's mind, which is why I also say to even my audience at times, like, you guys don't look at creators as people. You think of, when they go live, you look at them like they're a fucking cartoon. You think it's Tom and Jerry. You don't expect to see something different. You don't expect to see a different atmosphere. You don't expect to see different conversations. You don't expect it's just always dynamite, hit him with the stick, run into the hole, whatever, same old yells and screams or whatever. You look at it as a damn cartoon. You yourself have trained yourself to lose perspective as to why they're even doing the thing that they're doing. I mean, you can't even, that's the thing, you can't erase the viewer's memories, but you can dilute it. Something that I've definitely tried. And I'll even say this for, let's just say, if there's a creator that's been struggling with this. I would say start introducing either your new style or what your actual style is. Keep in your current lane because that's the thing that you've been trying to do. That's the thing that's been working for you. Do not wait until you're sick of it. A lot of people, I don't think they understand because they can easily get wrapped into the positive things that are happening, even though it's not beneficial for them or their platform. You have to make your personality the glue, not the gimmick, the glue. People have to understand that they're coming there for not just your content. They're coming there for your personality and your perspective. But so many of you guys get locked into content that starts bringing you growth that you forget about your personality and it just becomes about the content. And then guess what? You'll be outpaced. You will be beaten by someone who actually has personality. What you'll be doing is just mimicking other channels that are doing better than you. You won't know what to do. In fact, you'll be watching other creators to figure out what you should be talking about next. Is that what you wish to do as a content creator? You'll be ambulance chasing for content. I think you should let people know. You should let people know the constant in your content, and that constant should be you. Not the specific topics or format. You. You are the brand. And I think this is a lot of what people have misconstrued about a lot of people that they run across the first time. So when people see me on a mainly relationship content channel, they'll think that I do relationship content. And then they come and see that I talk about a whole matter of stuff and they go, what was the dick and pussy conversation? Okay. Well, I saw you when you were talking about dick and pussy conversation with blah, blah, blah. I expect dick and pussy. And I'm like, that's not what I focus on. Well, how dare you? I feel like you tricked me. How? How? I never promised you that. I appreciate you for the 297, but I am not giving out wrenches right now. In fact, I have diminished a lot of wrenches. I've cleared out a lot of wrenches. I am going through a whole new format right now, and not for nothing, I don't just give out wrenches. I don't. There's a process. That's a process is in place. Respect it though. Respect the fact that you're asking, but I don't just do it. Because the truth of the matter is that there are people who, and I've seen it in many channels, by the way, who get wrenches. And I've seen many people who have wrenches, not just in the other people's channels, but even in my own channel, who don't do one lick, one single solitary thing of moderation. Not one. What's the point of you having a wrench if you're not willing to exercise keeping the actual content creators channel that got you a wrench, of actually making sure you understood what their mission is and trying to actually acquiesce and keep their mission on focus? What's the point? A wrench is not a status symbol. Not saying that you're saying that whatever. I'm not putting down on you. What I see is that I see on a lot of people's channels. See, you say you don't want to moderate, so why do you need a wrench? Why would you need a wrench if you don't moderate? A wrench is not a status symbol, folks. It's a responsibility. First of all, you said you want a wrench so you can speak freely. I hate to tell you this, but this is YouTube is not a free speech platform. Not. YouTube is not a free speech platform. No one has free speech. That's just the honest to God truth. There's no in your terms and conditions, no one ever has free speech. I have timed people out who have been who have been people I've given wrenches to. And again, if you think that you have free speech because you have a wrench, that tells me more about the creators that you've been to and you not understanding the creator that you're at. Because that means somehow that creator tends to put out there that you can say or get away with whatever you want if you simply have a wrench. And they should be looking at how they want their channel to run and the responsibilities that come with someone who has a wrench. Just like I've seen channels that say everybody gets a wrench. And I'm like, that's insane. Why give everybody a wrench when you can just say nobody gets a wrench? Don't put moderation words in your chat bots or anything, and you don't have to worry about it. People will say whatever they want. There'll be no stopping you, but people should also understand the creator that they go to. This is why I also say for other creators, for other people that see other creators of the channels, don't go to someone else's platform. And just because you've been to a platform where it's okay to put your dirty feet on their sofa, don't go to someone else's channel thinking that the rules apply. You have to know where you're at, know your audience as the creator, but as the audience, understand where you are, understand the rules of where you are. I saw him at so-and-so's platform, and this is what we do. That doesn't mean that the creator that you're viewing on their platform behaves in such a way. Most people don't take the time to get to understand that. See, and this is the problem that I have. I was just teaching you how YouTube works. No, you're not teaching me, because I can tell you there's a plethora of platform that does it exactly the way. First of all, before YouTube ever did panels, I moderated. I've actually been a part of a network that moderators get paid as a job, not a hobby. You're not telling me how YouTube works. I'm telling you how business works. I see platforms where moderators are actually a job. That can go on your resume. Not a hobby. It's not a fun thing. You got paid. And before even YouTube ever started doing other shit, guess what? My job was actually being a moderator in blogs and forums. A lot of you guys think you know how YouTube works. If you knew how YouTube works, start a channel, show me how successful it runs. Since you guys got the game, you got the juice, make a channel, show me how well it's working. A lot of people love to be, it's not just you. I've heard a lot of people say these things. They love to be armchair quarterbacks, telling you exactly how the game works. I say, show me your work. Hashtag show me your work. I've said this and I've yet to get any good results. Show me your work. A lot of people turn around and say, I know the game. You better have hundreds of thousands of subscribers if you know the game. You better be a million if you know the game. Because I'm going to say there's no way you're around me. There's no way you should be in my chat. You said you got 900 subscribers? I mean, cool. That doesn't tell me you know the game. You're sitting right around where I'm sitting at. That doesn't mean you know the game at all. That means you're still picking it up. You're still playing pickup ball. You don't get paid. Neither do I. But I've been paid as a moderator and not in no panel spaces. I've been paid to actually do the job. It was my job title. It wasn't because I was hanging around in a space and they gave it to me because I was a great supporter. I've had it on my resume. I can apply to stations. I can apply in media companies because it's been a part. I have actual reference. A lot of people who turn around and do moderation that can't say that because they look at it as just a fun thing to do. They look at it just being support, not being paid. Wait, you said not sure why you have your backup here. Who's the backup? Who's the backup? I mean, let them cook. Who's the backup? Who's jumping on you? Like I said, a lot of people come to a platform and they just don't instead of taking the time to understand where they are, they just immediately start, let me tell you the game. Stop. First of all, know your audience. Know where you're at. The same way how when I see panels, and some people even know me because in different panel spaces, they'll immediately drop a link for me, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm chilling. Hey, I'm gonna take the time to understand what you guys are talking about. I don't think I'm so important that I'm just gonna click a link, regardless of where you are in the conversation, and then come in and then, yeah, you just tell me what's going on. I'll catch up because I believe I'm the smartest people in the room. I don't do that shit. I do not do it. It's not that serious. And if you've gotten to know me, you said it's no first time, then I would say learn the space that you're at. I just don't do it. I don't walk around showing my ass. I don't walk around just trying to get notoriety. I really am very selective about who I speak to and where I speak at and what I'm talking about. I don't just try to get in and talking on everybody and just try to get my face seen everywhere I go. Yeah, I don't do it. In fact, no one can even say what my channel's about. I'm not a niche content. Okay, well, if you say you're here just to get to know me, then get to know me. Don't come in and say first time here and you're gonna tell me what the game is for YouTube. YouTube is as large as the world itself. Don't do that. Like we all running out here like we successful. I guess we're gonna go with all the narratives and talking points. Like everybody who's a content creator is all making hundreds of thousands, all six-figure earners. Like, no, of course not. But those are tropes. Those are so we just have to stop. Slow down. There's no rush. Well, I have to. You're raising a flag. If you're censored, it I have to ask, where is the places that you're continuously going on? What's the behavior, the spaces that you're at? If you're constantly censored, because again, YouTube is not about free speech. I don't have issues with people. I have even when I do a panel, I have very specific rules. And unfortunately, because everybody wants to, not everybody, but because there are many people who want to be so self-centered, or they want the focus of the spotlight to be on them and not about the content or whatever. People have the wrong ideal. They have the wrong ideal as to what they, people don't have decorum anymore. Let's just put it that way. People don't have regular decorum. I'll just put it that way, plain and simple. Oh, no, I'm gonna continue my show or not, because like that's just what it is. Like I you don't know, but I can long stroke. I ain't gonna do too much tonight, but it is what it is. But no, but I'm gonna continue my show. Don't get me wrong, but you make a point that I've even made earlier. Like it's how people find you that they think that, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta stop. Just take the time to get to know somebody. That's all. Like I said, and a lot of people who, especially if you're a creator, they don't know how to shift or pivot because they get caught up in the moment. I think if you're stuck pretty much just doing one kind of content or one kind of thing, or that's the thing that you want to acquiesce for other people because that's the thing that people found you on, like I say, it's the viral moment, you become a single trick pony. In fact, you become a single trick circus act. Nothing else that you can actually do. If you build it on your own perspective, I think you can take that shit anywhere. But most of the people I run into, they really don't find their own perspective. They want to say that they're very nuanced or whatever, but they spend a lot of their time chasing what other people are doing or looking for controversy, which means having to follow other people just to be controversial, hoping that they can bleed off of someone else's moment, which means you're ambulance chasing. Appreciate your kick, Mix. Appreciate you for the super sticker. And by the way, folks, if you happen to be walking in the building, say what's up to the chat, get acclimated. I don't like, there should be no reason for tension for being in here, but that doesn't mean like we can't at least let people know where we're at. Don't jump on anybody. Don't crucify somebody. You always know that somebody new that's always running up in here. This is one of our slow nights that I really haven't announced myself. I should have way late. I haven't been announcing myself. I've been dry the last week or so, last couple of weeks, because I haven't really been going live as much. But let's run it through. I guess my last thought on that would be, I think a lot of people need to figure out their own identity instead of coming through having an identity crisis. I think you can change your channel into what fits you instead of you feeling you need to fit whatever niche or whatever space that you're in. Because let's be honest, like I mentioned a lot of different spaces that people will say that they've seen me at, not spaces that I've actually in general, but a lot of spaces that people said they've seen me at. So people will say that they've seen me in the controversial debate spaces. People will say that they've seen me in financial spaces. People will tell you that they see me in the relationship spaces. People will say that they will see me in the spaces of fuckery. People say that they'll see me in the spaces of uh, parasocial relationships. And then they all see my channel for the first time and they're all like, he's that guy from here. So this is what his channel's about because this is where I saw him the first time. And then they get to see my channel and they're like, I I don't know. I don't get it. And either they leave, which is fine. You're allowed to do that. Or they say, well, let me figure out what's going on, what's his channel about. And then they get to see my actual personality. And it's just like, wow, this was not what I was expecting. Not for nothing. Great example. When the whole GS thing was taken off, right? That was a huge a huge audience base that came from the entire sect that I didn't even know existed. The 1A community. A lot of you guys came over from that community, and it was all about trolling and coming over this man and doing all this and call him fraud and da 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 da. And I'm just like, I have no idea what the fuck is happening here. But I tried to keep on a momentum. I tried to be as logical. I tried to keep reminding people on a regular, everyday basis. This is not what my channel is about. I don't know for how many weeks did I say, this is not what my channel is about. This is not what we do here. I don't even know. I know it was for some time though, before people really got the message, and they to the point where people actually went back and they said, "Oh, I actually got to see what your channel was about." It's actually pretty cool. Or there were people like they were getting overran in my space, and then they said, "You need to go look back. You need to go look back at his previous stuff, and you'll understand what he does." And that's exactly what they did. Oh shit. People saying that they actually wish that they could see your old content. And I'm like, well, my old content's available. Well, it was available. It was tough for a lot of people, especially in that time, because a lot of people felt like they were losing the space that they knew because another space had tried to infiltrate. It's just straight up what it was. They tried to infiltrate. And that's going to happen, folks. You're going to find people that's going to try to come in and try to sneak in and do all kind of other shit. You might even see creators that come through and they have their lackeys come in and try to promote and subvert and put subliminal messaging in order to boost up their favorite creator. Or it might be sock accounts or whatever. And I always try to remember to tell people that this is my space. I tell people, this isn't the panelverse channels. It's not the panelverse spaces, I should say. This isn't the relationship spaces. This is not the political spaces. This is not the black sector spaces. This is my space. Mine. Built for people who want to think, who want to discuss, who want to grow without the freaking noise. If you're here for chaos, you're in the wrong place. I've been saying that for quite some time. But a lot of people don't want to respect that because they want conflict. And I don't know why, because if you don't want conflict in your personal life, I don't understand why you're so in tune to want it everywhere else you go. And then they say, not to jump on you, but they say the things like, well, this is the way it's done on YouTube. And I'm like, so you're saying as big as YouTube is, we got live streams everywhere of all different types, news, comedy, discussions, all that sort of stuff. You're gonna tell me that only the ones that yell and bicker and cuss each other out and threaten each other and dox and everything, those are only ones that, well, this is I've even had someone say, this is how YouTube makes money. Are you fucking insane? Do you think that this is how YouTube makes its bread? Are you kidding me? So we're not going to talk about all the cat and dog videos. We're not going to talk about all the music channels, the political cycles, the dancing videos, the prank channels. You're fucking insane if you think that YouTube makes all of its money off of fucking panels, when panels are the most recent thing, the most recent additions next to ASMR that come to YouTube. Panel channels and ASMR are the newest additions to the social media space. And if you believe that a global network has been surviving almost 20 years in off of something that is less than 10 years in, you're bugging. Bro, I appreciate your cake, miss. Thank you for the $9.99. That people need to support the host because, hey, it's just joy. I love it. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate that. A lot of people need to understand that. Just like I've been in a lot of spaces with people who I have dubbed to be influencers. And, just because we have new people that's actually here in the channel. We always get somebody who's new. That's cool. I call them influencers not because of how they are with like Instagram filters, all kind of other stuff, posting like that. That's not who I call influencers. I'm being very specific to people who are in relation to panels, right? So I call them influencers because they are people who do not have their own channel. Maybe they clip, maybe they post other people's stuff, whatever, but they are not a content creator. But regardless of where they go in many people's spaces, they are known. They could be people who pop up on panels. They could be people who are moderators in multiple people's spaces. That's how they are known. But if you ask them to do their own work, they don't have anything. These are the people who I call influencers, because they will be given first rights to have a conversation, first rights to first clemency. They will be the ones that people listen to, influence, because of whatever nature that they are, which happens to be that they happen to be their own content. They don't do content, but they are their own brand. And they're also dangerous in a lot of different ways. They can be dangerous to not just themselves, but also to a content creator. But they can also be a boom if the relationship actually works out properly. But I can even talk about all the weird shit that happens when it comes to that. And then really when it comes to the idea of those people, those influencers, panel influencers, it's all about social currency. It really is. And I mean, and you've seen it. You've seen these people on the streams. They don't stream. They don't edit. They don't upload. But you see them enough on panels that they built some kind of a following, for something for themselves. It's not a business. It's not a brand. It's just self-issued currency. And it just spreads. For some people, they take it and they're very, very kosher, very moderate with it. And other people, they take it to their head. They think that they think being that face on your stream has somehow weight everywhere else. In reality, honestly, it's like holding on to coupons to a store that doesn't exist. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. It's just really what it is. Social currency from panels is like monopoly money. Fun to hold, but useless when it's time to pay bills. This isn't influence. I think it's just about people being familiar and dressing up that shit as if it's important. And again, let's talk about even the influencers or even people in general when it comes to this whole thing about wrenches. You know, the wrenches that wrap everything, if you want to put it that way. Because I think when you have these influencers, especially when they are giving, quote, wrenches, their badges, even if you want to put it that way, thinking about Twitch, what do you get? What exactly do you get because of that? To me, it's a perfect storm. It's a perfect storm of being known elsewhere, plus there's a bit of authority that's being put behind it. And for me, that's not a form of showing that you've had great leadership everywhere you've gone. Rather, that's jet fueled ego. And here's the problem. Here's the problem. They stop enforcing your rules and start protecting their own. They even start protecting their friends. They blur the lines between being an audience enforcer, moderator, and then start seeing themselves as being a sidekick. We're talking about panel influencers, not just regular moderators now. They start thinking the stream wouldn't survive without them, as if they're the ones that actually click go live. This is why I have to keep telling people a wrench is a tool. It's not a throne. And the second you treat it like it's a crown, I'm likely going to be the person who pulls the guillotine rope. A badge doesn't make you a partner. It makes you accountable. Let me say that again for you. A badge, a wrench does not make you a partner. It makes you accountable. Because you're accountable for making sure that the stream does well because you want to alleviate some of the burden from the creator. If I have to be here and I have to have a shit ton of wrenches, but I got to do all the work, all the moderator work as well, why have mods? Why have mods? Let's talk about the real harm to your space. Because the damage isn't just in these people's heads. We're talking about that it spills into your community, your culture. I think the viewers see them, especially if they get up on panels and so, they see them bantering with you like they're your co-host. Other mods even will follow their lead because of the influence and start bending the rules in the crowd. And guess what? Your trolls, they clock that bias and they weaponize it against you. I've seen it in other spaces, and I've even seen it happen within my own. Before you know it, people trust them more than they trust you, and you're the fucking host. The person who actually is building the space. If your mods are the main characters, you've already been written out of your own story. The face of the brand should be you, not the moderator using your platform for their own fucking press tour. But this is also the stupid notion why everybody believes that they're good at trolling. If I see bad trolling, you gotta go. Because you should at least be entertaining. Most of you who try to troll are mosquitoes. You're the gnat that's flying around here. You're not even a good heckler. So for a lot of y'all, you need to flip the script. If we're going to be fair, right? If we're going to be fair, the panel influencer, right? The panel influencer isn't doomed to be harmful. Let me just say that right off the bat. It's not like they're all like that. I'm not painting them out like that. Because a lot of you guys know who watch my channel, I talk a lot about human behavior, influence, social abnormalities, ego, all that shit. You guys know that's what I'm about. So let me talk about the frame. Let me talk about the frames and the ways that some of these people can be assets. I just don't want it to be all negative. Because when it comes to bridge building between audiences, they're great at that. Especially when it comes to importing who you are into other people's spaces without there being any drama. They're great at that. Some of them, because they know so many different cultures, so many different audiences, they're translators between communities. That's not to say that they all do it, But you do find people who do. Some do and some don't. Some of them actually do their jobs as mods. They're enforcers for values and principles of those personal spaces. They actually understand what space they're at and what are the rules within that particular space. They don't have a one all personality across all spaces that they go to. The problem is most never make that shift because being known feels easier than being useful. Let me say it again. Most of them don't make the shift that should be really important because they are more focused on being known than being useful. Being known, by the way, is luck. As a panel influencer, being known is luck. Being valuable is a skill, however. If they want to matter here, the skill set must come first. Now, let's just talk about my house, my currency. Let me say that. This space runs on a currency, a currency that I control. Mainly it's respect, it's a bit of enforcement, it's a bit of contribution. When I say contribution, I don't always mean monetarily, because we all know I am fan funded. I am not monetized. There are no ads running on my shit, at least that I get paid from. I don't care how many panels you sat on or who said your name how many times outside. That's all money that has nothing to do with me. Here, it's worthless unless you can convert that into value that can be useful to me. I don't care who showers your praise, regardless of where you go. If you cannot make it valuable to me, it is useless. There is no space that I don't go to that has not given me a wrench that I cannot turn around and provide value to. If someone is giving me a wrench, it's not because I ever asked for it. The same way how most of the people who end up with a wrench has never been the one that had to ask. Even though I just recently started pulling away some wrenches, and I'm just because I'm going through my assessment program, and I'll be putting whatever in. But the majority of the people who I've given wrenches to is always been about value, what they can actually contribute, what they can, and I'm still sorting through it because I just erased a whole bunch of shit today, and I'm still sorting through some others. We're talking about social currency, folks. Social currency is the only valuable thing in the market that is minted. I am running a different kind of economy here. So whether you are a viewer, a mod, or a known name, the same rules apply. You should be protecting the vision or cash out and leave. And people were not happy when I say these things because they want the same treatment that they have everywhere else they go. And worse, if they met you on a place that does fuckery, they assume that when they go to your channel, it's all about fuckery. They need to learn your space. They need to learn the rules. They need to acquiesce. They need to understand and bend the knee where they're at. Because if not, your mods, as well as the host, should be sending their ass in Uber. They should get a nice stern warning. Hey, not what we do here. And if people still don't get it, send them packing. People get mad because they don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to be disciplined. You timed me out. And then they make a whole channel or they change their sock account into whatever it is about trolling you because Resla blocked me. Resla, he timed me out. I can't, we don't get free speech. You don't have free speech on YouTube. There's a reason why there's a timeout button. You're out of pocket. I can't believe you timed me out. I can't believe you spanked me. There's a reason why that button exists. You're out of pocket. Consider that a warning. If you want to do whatever you want to do, start your own fucking platform. It's really that simple. The idea you will come to somebody else's channel and try to fuck up their shit is ridiculous. And to think they should be able to sit there and just let it slide? No. That's not the way that runs. It's disrespectful. Now, if you want, I can tell you exactly how we need to be moving in the future. But I'm not going to, because I've also learned that when you tell people your plans, as I've done to my community, there are people within your community that all they wish to do is get in your way. They understand it will be beneficial and it will be growth worthy for the entire platform because then they can find more like-minded individuals just like them to be an addition to the community. But instead, you know what they do? They do everything to slow down your growth as the creator so that you won't grow because they're afraid you won't see them or acknowledge them as much as possible. It's like, but it's like the kids. If you have more kids, I won't be the favorite anymore. I won't get all the attention. This is why they hate the new kid being born, because all the new kid gets attention. They're afraid that they will not be seen as much anymore. So therefore they stunt your growth. See, when it was so little people, anytime I spoke, they can see me, so they can immediately address me. But if there's too many people in the chat and I talk, I feel like they didn't see me. I said something, but he didn't notice. And they begin to act up. They behave in a way that's arrested development as a child. Look, I said that shit and people started leaving. We had 16 and now we went down to 12. Look at that. Look at that. Started leaving the moment I called it out. Yeah, people don't like this. They don't like me going in talking about them. They don't like that shit. They don't like it. And it's just the way it is. People need to understand what their own behaviors are. That's why I like to do communication and study human behavior. But I get that there are people who only think that the only way they can have a conversation with somebody is if it's non-civil. They don't wish to be civil. They wish for people to make fools of themselves. They wish for people, like, I tell people, I'm not your dancing monkey. I do this more for me than I do it for you. I do this for me and for people who are like-minded. I don't do this shit to entertain you. I just happen to be entertaining. There's a difference. And I can only be entertaining to the people who find it entertainable. I'm not here for everyone. Not everyone is going to like me. Not everyone is going to like my content. And I am very much okay with that. There are people who are not okay with that. There are people who come to me and say, hey, you should just do yourself a favor. Stop telling people if they don't like your content, they can leave. No, I don't. I don't want my time wasted. I don't want them to waste their time either. I already have to fight an algorithm. What I'm not gonna do is pander to people. And I tell people this who already have, you know, probably 3, 4 thousand subscribers. I'm like, do you believe that because you have 3 or 4 thousand subscribers, that those are the people who are watching you all the time? Because I see you when you're live. You probably have about 20 people watching you. You don't have 4,000 people watching you. So stop it. Stop it. Because the same way how I had content creators who come to me and say, hey, I noticed that we're on the same time. Is it possible that, like, no. The same way I would tell you the same thing that I expect to be told to me. I'm not going to put forth a prime time cycle so that when you're done, your viewers come to me or whatever. No, this is why they also had to make the whole a raid, the whole redirect. You can't control where you cannot control where your viewers want to see. If you happen to be live and I go live and they go, holy shit, Resla's live, and they come over here, don't get mad at me because they left you to come see me. Especially if somehow your chat gets drained, which doesn't happen. I'm going to say I'm not popping like that. The same way I don't get mad if their favorite streamer comes on and they leave me to go see them. I don't get mad at that. If you come to me because it's not working out and you're telling, can you stop? Can you imagine that? This is really what it is. Can you stop being so good so I can get some viewership? No, make better content. Because I expect someone to say that to me. In fact, I get chastised for making my content. I get chastised for all the visual, all that other shit, and I'm always still working on my shit. And I agree, Hornet. Yours, not theirs. I agree. Right. Yeah, thank you. I acquiesce to the platforms I go to. This is also one of the reasons why you can see me in the chat of different people's panels or different people's not panels, channels during their platform, and I don't get on panel. Why? Because the conversation is one that I am not either educated in or I don't feel like I have a good perspective. Yes, can I drag myself into anything? Yeah. But you know what I also come to realize about people? Not even come to realize. What I know about people, you guys will try to hold anyone to what they say. A lot of people just try to come up to say anything. That's not me. I don't like to just say anything for the sake of saying something, just for the sake of feeling like I'm important. That's not me. If they come into a conversation, I could be on panel. If the conversation switches to something I'm not really interested in, here's what you typically see. One, I get quiet. Hey, so Resla, what your perspective is? You know what I say? I'm honest. I really don't have a perspective on this. Yeah, but if you could, I don't. Honestly, this is not my jam. It's not my kind of thing. I don't talk about it. This is really not my thing. I really don't get into it. Now, the panelist or the host themselves might even get aggravated at me because I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to talk about shit just because you want to talk about something that's not in my wheelhouse. I'm not going to pretend to be about a specialist on something that I know very little about. So the second thing that I do, if I can manage to get away from the first thing, is I drop down. I get off the fucking panel. Oh, where'd Resla go? I left because you're talking about shit that's not in my wheelhouse. I don't like to give bad information, or I don't like to have conversations that I'm not comfortable with, or I'm not very subject heavy in. That's what I do. The same way how I don't just pop up on a fucking panel for the sake of it, just to go, what you guys talking about? Or come in and derail by talking about something that has nothing to do with what people are talking about. The same way how if a new conversation gets inserted that has nothing to do with what the fuck we were talking about or something that I'm not very good at, I leave. That's called respect. Get some. That is called panel decorum. Have some. It's not hard. It's not difficult at all. You just have to get beyond your own ego. You have to understand when you're on someone else's platform, it's not about you. You're not supposed to be getting on the person's show to outshine them. You can have a conversation. You can even show how smart you are. But the idea of you trying to be better than everybody else, you're there for the wrong reason. You're getting in everybody else's way by trying to step on everybody else's dick. By first tripping over your own. Tripping over your own dick and stepping over everybody else's. See, I don't even play that bullshit when I'm here. How many times y'all see me get into it with somebody and they go too wide and I drop them? Niggas go, oh, you dropped me. Yeah, you're disruptive. I absolutely dropped you. They get mad. You be mad then. You're an adult. You can get over it. And if you can't get over it, your problem. That's your cross to bear. I told you, not everybody's gonna like me. Not everybody's supposed to like me. It is what it is. And I said what I said. Sorry that I'm sorry that you have not been disciplined enough and you get free range to act like a fucking baby everywhere you go. That's a fact, so Will's absolutely correct. If everyone likes you, that's a problem. The same way how I don't give a fuck if you are another content creator. When you come up to my platform, the rules apply to everyone. This is why I have to make stone cold rules that everybody understands when they get on my platform. Should I drop a panel? Because it's the same decorum I use in the real world. That's why my rules are the same. First one, be mindful about what the fuck you say. Because when you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. You're going to open your mouth? Cool. Let's go to rule 2. If you say something, because we're having conversations, and things can become controversial, because not everybody's going to agree. So if things become controversial, you have 3 options. You can clarify your point. You can double down, which is probably going to bring more controversy, which I think people do. Or the third one, you can apologize. And rule number 3, at any time you feel like this is just not working out for you, you can exercise your X button and leave. Nobody is holding you hostage. For some reason, not everybody likes to pay attention to these rules because people just think I'd rather go down swinging than go out with respect. I don't get it. I would rather have my self-respect than just be like, you know what? Yeah, I feel like, and I've done it with people. People who just sit there and just try to argue. I'm like, you know what? Talk to me when you've gotten a little calm down. Talk to me when you gotten your shit together, when you're not acting like a little bitch. They probably get mad because I call them a little bitch, and that's it. And I'll be back. I'll be back, or you let me know when you stop behaving like a baby, you start getting to be acting an adult. I'll be back. I'll go in the chat and I'm gonna hear you talk bunch of bullshit from your fucking seat while I'm in the chat. But if you can't have an actual discussion, because everything just needs to be controversy, I have no reason to talk to you. Because you trying to be right. And people who watch me already know what I'm about to say. That's not the game I play. I'd rather be effective rather than to be right. What's the whole point of you're gonna say I'm gonna be right by any means necessary, even when you're wrong? Even when I'm wrong, I'm right. That mindset. I like that. I like that. Tell people they have three things: a chance, a choice, and an opportunity. I like that. That's true. True statement there. A lot. It's like your rights, your Miranda rights. People don't exercise them properly. Guess what? You have the right to remain fucking silent. Stop talking. Anything you say can and use against you. Exercise it. Stop talking too much. You don't gotta say too much. You don't gotta just shout. This is why we look at these motherfuckers who get on panels and they just be long stroking. Don't get me wrong, I can long stroke all I want, but I'm just gonna long stroke when it's just me. Some of y'all get on panels and y'all just long-winded as a motherfucker. Y'all just old tribal chiefs. Just talk your fucking time. Forgetting that there's other motherfuckers out there that might actually have a perspective. You're sitting there hogging the mic, taking up all the airtime. Time and place, people. Time and place. If you just want to just do a long rant, no interruptions, floor's all yours where you can filibuster, start a channel. Start a channel. Don't go up on someone else's platform and take up all their time. All their time, all their energy, pissing off the chat. This motherfucker never shut the fuck up. What motherfuckers got to turn around and say, man, how much to kick this motherfucker? I didn't get the chance to speak. You just spoke 2 minutes ago. Go get some water. Go get some water. Go eat some ramen. Go do something. Go make something. Go walk around the block, something. Give somebody else a chance. This is not your show. We've seen it. And I've seen it on almost every platform that I've visited. This is why I get very worried when I see old heads pop up. When I see old heads pop up, I'm like, oh, here we go. Two people I worry about. Old heads and motherfuckers that talk real slow. Real slow. Keep in mind, I'm in my head all the time, so I know when I can be like, wait, no, don't want to say that. No, but you took motherfuckers that just almost every word, between every word, there's like a 3-second pause. You know that, well, like, oh my, nope, time to go. Or motherfuckers that just be talking and then they have to stop somewhere in the middle. They're like, shit, I don't even know what I was talking about. Like, I get it. You got no one to listen to you at home. So this was your chance to just talk. You sound like a little kid now. Little kid just be rambling. Kid just talk about anything. Anything. And then this happened. And then just happy that someone actually understands them. And I don't mean understand them and understand what the fuck they're talking about. Just understand that actually someone can actually just hear words coming out their mouth and will sit there and be like, oh yeah, oh okay, uh. That's all it is. It'd be sad but true. Like it is what it is. And I think a lot of those people are people who come up and they derail. Hey, we got a particular subject coming up. Oh, hey, person comes up. Hey, I'm not. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Oh, I'm not really so sure what the subject is, but I wanted to talk about something that happened with me today. Oh yeah, motherfucker, because it's all about you. Because we're here to talk about you, motherfucker. Hey, I'm up here today. I just want to let you know I had some good bomb ass fucking salmon. Because we wasn't here up here talking about fucking food. I don't give a fuck if you had fucking good salmon. Hey, yo, I just came up here. I just came from a party. Why do we care? Why do we care? What does that have to do with what we were all talking about? There might be 6 motherfuckers up there. You came up as number 7 to fuck everything up. Or motherfuckers that come up just to start shit with other people. And they be motherfuckers I be watching. I'm like, wait, I'm just waiting for it. Because I know who they don't like. I'm waiting for it. And I got to call it out. So what the fuck does that have to do with what we're talking about? You guys have seen it. Nothing I'm saying here is new to y'all. And I've done it here. Now I'll let it rock on someone else's channel. Let them take control of it. It's their channel. On my channel, I'll be like, hey, keep in mind, folks, y'all see me in the beginning. When I was first starting this out, especially when I was trying to do my conversation shit with people, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let it rock. People would sit there and hear a motherfucker ramble they fucking ass off. Nothing close. This is why, folks, if you watch my channel, I do fucking monologues just to get the actual topic out there. My pros, my fors, my against, my pros, my cons, my particular thinking or perspective on it. And then I come to get yours. Sometimes I make it quick. Other times, I am really gonna fucking long stroke it because you know why? I am too worried, not even worried. I am almost sure that the moment I drop a fucking link, the intent is literally to ruin it. What could be a really solid, good engagement, they turn around and either don't know what the fuck is happening, more times than none, or they just want to talk about them. This is not a therapy program. Go get some help. It's so easy to get a therapist these days. It's so easy. Stop using other people for your therapy time. It's not hard to get a therapist now. They're cheaper than ever too now. If I had to give me a sponsor, it should be BetterHelp. It should be BetterHelp. A lot of y'all need it. I should get sponsored for BetterHelp for a lot of you motherfuckers up here who just like to talk about random motherfucking shit. That's a fact. Crazy mama, the mic is a drug. The mic is a drug. A lot of people, and I get it, a lot of people feel like they're not heard in their real life, so they just come to just bring it all out in other people. Hey, Hornet. So you said for some reason people feel like they're self-important on these panels. Ain't no way they behave in their real life. Here's the truth of the matter. It's the other way around, Hornet. They're not even important in their real life, so they feel like they're important here because they're not important in their real life. The other way around. I feel special here. So I'm going to take up as much time and derail and whatever because I don't get any attention in my real life. I'm ignored. I am invisible in the real world. This is the only place I can get some attention. This is the only place I feel like I can be seen. So I'm going to act a fucking fool. I absolutely agree. I agree. You say, I'll raise you. Open panels, open panel area is drug. Yep, I agree. If having the mic is a drug, then a lot of open panels are your crack houses. They're crack houses. You got it, Will. You're right. They are absolute crack houses. I agree again. Hornet. Hornet says, or they got something to prove that they don't get in real life. I agree. This is why plenty of times you see me, somebody motherfucker just rambling. I'm just looking at them like, and in my real life, off the internet, because I do a conversation channel, so I understand that people need to get some things off their chest, or maybe they had a hard day, or I in real life, I don't give people that kind of time. I have to actually like you to give you that kind of time. Because yeah, plenty of people have seen me on my platform and they go, look at Resla's face. He's being so kind. He's being so patient. Especially during season 2 of Opinionated, it was written on my fucking whiteboard. Be patient. So I'll be listening to these motherfuckers. I'll be like, I just look up. Just staring at the word, just staring. Be patient. Just reading it. Be patient. Just being patient. And you see it in the chat. I would have been dropped them up. Oh, he being so patient. What the fuck are they talking about? Da, 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 da. And they're sitting there like, be patient. Oh yeah, absolutely. My face gives it away. This is why I don't. This is why I don't gamble. I don't play poker. I don't do that. I don't got a poker face. I'm very expressive. I'm like, when I'm annoyed, you see I'm annoyed. I don't. You're not gonna see me. Nothing. There's nothing wrong. This is just my face. No, I be sitting like in reality though. You start doing all this shit. Hey, stop. Wait, let me stop right here, boy. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What are we talking about? Why are you doing that? Tell me what. Stop. You're off on a fucking tangent. What does that have to do with anything? And y'all seeing me be y'all seeing me do this shit with people who claim to be highly educated. You see me do this with people who claim to be intelligent. They're intellectual. You see me do it with people who feign to be slow. You see me do it with people who do say that they're autistic and everything. You see me do it all of them. So it's not like just the most coherent people that are up here. You see me do it with all of them. Best is being so patient. And I'm literally tapping my foot underneath my desk because I'm so itching to just stop a motherfucker in their tracks. And that's because in my real life, I'm really trained to learn to listen to people. I can tell you, especially for a lot of that second season, it irritated me because I don't like to feel like I'm at work at home. That's really what it is. I was sitting there like, I feel like I'm on the clock. I'm really just listening to motherfuckers ramble about bullshit. I can't believe this right now. I feel like if I was a psychologist or psychiatrist, I'm like, and how did you feel about that? And that happened, and they curse you out, and you feel a way about that because what? Okay, cool. cool. And then you was over at whose channel? Okay. All right. And they did what? They paid to drop you? Let me write some of this down. And how did that make you feel that they dropped you? How much wait, I'm experiencing a lot of tension, I'm experiencing a lot of tension, a lot of hostility, and a lot of anger from you. How much did they pay to drop you? They paid a whole 20. I'm pretty sure they made you upset. How did you feel the moment you saw that super chat hit the screen? Oh, it wasn't a super chat, it was a cash app, so you didn't even get to see the person. How did you feel about the fact that it was anonymous for them to drop you? Mm, yeah, I understand. I I understand. Mhm, mhm. Yes. I thought if I was probably in your situation, I would probably not really. I would probably feel that way as well. Yes. Mhm. Okay. Oh, you were able to get back on the panel afterwards? Okay. How did you feel after the time expired for you to get back on the panel? You felt relieved? You felt yeah. Were you acknowledged? Okay, cool, cool, cool. So what happened afterwards? You were dropped again for 10. I'm pretty sure that was frustrating for you. I'm here. I can feel it. I'm here with you on that. That must have been very. No, think I want to be doing that kind of shit? The fuck? Like, I want to say, hey, good. Like, that's your problem. You knew when you got up there. You knew they had bounties. It is what it is. In fact, you got dropped for 20. Why you stayed? Oh, because you really wanted to come back up, right? That's why you stayed. That's your fault. Get over it. Know the audience that you're at. Know the platform, the channel that you're at. Get over it. I can't. The idea that people can come to your platform and they even think that they want to tell you how you can run your shit. Well, this is what you need to do. No, what you need to do is eat a dick and start your own fucking platform. Most people, most people do things because they've already seen it done or they heard somebody who said that they seen it done. They don't actually try new shit out for themselves. Let me say it again. They do things that they've seen done or heard someone who said that they heard it, they heard it was successful. They don't actually go out on a limb to get it done themselves. Trial and error. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Hornet. We're all six-figure earners. Yeah, we're all six-figure earners. What's good, Leopard Print? It'd be full of shit. A lot of people full of shit. And I leave them where they're at. Okay, cool. Is that what you believe? Okay, cool. We're good. We're good. No, I don't need you to convince me of nothing. We're good. I'm good. And then people get mad, like, oh, I can't believe Resla can actually be up here for so long and he just talks and talks and talks and talks and talks. And you know what's the crazy part? He ain't reviewing no one else's content. He didn't drop the link already. He doesn't have like 8 fucking things to react to. And you know why? Because it's not like I can't do those things. I absolutely can. We could just go on a whole thing where I could just be like, let's just go check out Restless feeds. But it's not what I do. Number one, because I don't spend all that time on the internet. This is when people come to me and say, did you see what happened on so-and-so's channel? No. And on someone else's channel? No. And then we was on this channel, and then they would talk about this, and then they would talk about that. And they would talk, did you see none of this stuff? No. Oh, you should have seen it. No, I shouldn't have seen it because I should have been doing exactly what I was doing. Earning my motherfucking bread. I don't know how y'all can claim to be working professionals and you spend all your goddamn time on the internet. Let me make my point right here, and this will be city home. I can go through from the moment I get up, typically 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. I get up, my phone and everything. I'm out the door. I'm out the door by 7:30. I can spend the most of my work day and everything else, get home later, and not have to charge my phone once throughout that entire time. From the time it comes off the dock all the way to when I'm back home, I don't have to charge my phone once. And I can pick up phone calls. I could be on a quick meeting, all that stuff. I know you motherfuckers be charging your shit 2 to 3 times a day because you spend all your day on social media. I know it. It has to be. As many fucking platforms that you guys tell me about, I know you don't. There's no way you're out there being productive because you're spending it all watching a screen. It doesn't take me 2 hours to fix my hair because I fixed it the night before. And I put a bonnet on when I go to sleep so I don't mess it up. Like, for the most part, like, if anything, you guys get more of me than most people get in my, well, not, I'm saying not most, than the people at my job get. You guys get more of me than the people at my own job get. Because when I say I am quiet at work, people don't believe me. And the only person who ever really called me at work is well, besides my girl, let's see who else called me at work. Well, yeah, he's called me at work, and then OG as well. So, and I'm typically quiet at work. I'm very quiet at work. Everybody else, when we get out of work, I meet up with people, friends, everything, and they're just like, "When's the last time you saw you?" And I'm me. I'm animated. I'm talkative. We get on different shit. We talk about blah blah blah. I get very whatever the hell you want to call it. I have my little outburst. I crack jokes. I do all that shit. And then like I said, the people at work, they're like, "You have content?" They're imagining I am boring. Rux says I never once looked at my phone. I don't know. Maybe that's true. I'm just a person that like to be in the moment. If I'm at work, I'm at work. Even if I'm already done with my shit, 2-3 hours in, I'm at work. Even if I'm on standby, you know what I can do with that free time? I can sit there and think about topics. I can sit there and try to have conversations. I can step outside and see if I can come up with something to talk about, or if I want to write down things that are notes to myself or whatever. I do that. I would not be like, let me see and go doom scrolling. I can't, no. I'm not gonna drain my battery. I'm not gonna make it hot. I'm not gonna make my phone hot sitting in my pants. I'm not gonna do any of that stuff. Like, OG might hit me up, yo, what's going on? I'm like, yo, what's going on? Oh, I was thinking about this, we talk about this, and I'll just talk about it for a moment. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm at work. I was like, yo, shit, you should have told me you was at work. I'm like, yeah, my bad. And then that's it. But sitting there going from one channel to another channel to another channel to another channel and see what's going on here and what's going on over there. And then after that, oh, nobody's on. So let me just go look at short after short after short after short and video after video after video. Like, I can't do that. I need to be productive. I got shit to do. I think some of y'all be forgetting to pay y'all bills because you're too busy scrolling. Damn, did I pay the light bill today? I don't even know. I don't even know if I paid the light bill. Shit. Did I pay the light bill? Appreciate you, Yvette. Thank you for the $4.99. Appreciate that. Love and support. And keep in mind, I like the fact that you guys are actually showing your love and support, because there have been plenty of streams where I've come in and again, I just talk, I chill with you guys. I've done 8, 9 hour streams, whatever, and then nobody supports. Nobody supports. Appreciate you. Now my sound effect came in. That's crazy. And I can talk about a whole plethora of things. Sometimes I just gotta get aggravated and I just gotta chew out people. Sometimes I just gotta chew out you guys in the chat. Because some of y'all be some of the biggest perpetrators. And mainly it's not even because of something that you necessarily did in the past, something you do in real time. Because why? What we were talking about today. You confuse me with the people that you see the most. And because you think that you see me there, you can treat me like everybody else. If I see you and I see your friend, I will treat you differently than I would treat your friend. I would never think that you and your friend are the same entity. And that's why I say a lot of people who are viewers don't show respect to content creators. You look at them like they're fucking cartoons. You'll see a different episode, different theme, different topic, but you will think that it's still Tom and Jerry at the end of the day. You're still going to see bombs. You're still going to see bashing of the heads. You're still going to see cat chasing mouse. You don't treat people with respect. And I do. I wouldn't go to Will's platform and think that he's going to have the same shit. He should be treated the same way that I treat, say, Ruthless Truth. Not going to happen. I meet everybody in an individual level. I don't treat people just synonymously, just across the fucking board. Well, I saw you on a fuckery channel, so I'm just going to treat you the same way I treat. You find yourself fucking timed out. And I don't do little simple timeouts when I'm going to time a fucking motherfucker out. You might catch a whole 24-hour. God forbid if I have multiple streams in that day, because you ain't going to get no notification. I don't take shit light. Then motherfuckers get mad at me because I'm blocking people. Yeah, I have that right. I have that right, and I have that right for the people that I give mods to. And for the most part, I even tell my mods, do not block anyone. You time a motherfucker out. Don't block them. I had people come in here to my, you blocked me. How you talking then? If I blocked you, how you in here talking? I got people leaving comments to me. Resla blocked me. Then I wouldn't be able to see your comment, dipshit. Obviously, you don't know how YouTube works. Not only I wouldn't be able to see your current, but your future and your previous comments, I wouldn't be able to see those either if I blocked you. I had people that never had words with me. I go up on other people's channels and said, I would go to your channel, Resla. Would, by the way, was the word used. Very, very much paid to say. I would go to your channel, but, you blocked me. Who are you? Who are you again? I don't even know who you are. We've never even had a conversation. Why would I block you? What did we talk about? Nothing? Oh, so you're just prematuring. You're just saying you're premature blocked. Got you. You blocked yourself. You barred yourself. You know what? Thank you for your restraint. So check this out. Check this out, Mama. You said Ruthless and Will are night and day, right? Can you say that about the viewer though, who watches Ruthless and watches Will and go to each one of their channels? Do you think they would treat them like they're night and day? These are the people who I'm talking about. If Ruthless is doing his shit on his channel and Will was there, then Will starts his own stream later on in the week or the next day or whatever. The person who saw him on Ruthless channel will go to his channel and then think that he can treat him the same way he did on Rufus' channel because the conversation, the atmosphere, the platform, the conversation is a different one. Oh, that's not according to what they say, Cam. They say I block a motherfucker quickly. And keep in mind, I'm past me being patient. This is why I said when we started quarter two, I was like, I don't have to suffer nobody. Y'all you understand every quarter, we're on Q3 now. Every quarter that starts slipping by, you're gonna get more and more Resla. You're not gonna get less Resla, you're gonna get more Resla. And only the people who knew me from the jump will understand what I mean by that. Because a lot of y'all met me wherever y'all met me, and you think that you know me. You don't know me. In fact, you don't know me if you haven't spoken to me offline. If you haven't spoken to me offline, you really don't know me. Most of you know of me, you heard of me, but you don't know me. Not truly. And for the most part, I am being me when I'm up here. You just don't know which side of me I'm being up here because I am multi-layered. You haven't seen me when I'm really angry. You haven't seen me, fucking Incredible Hulk that just hit me. You don't like me. Don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. Like, no, you haven't really seen me angry. You haven't seen me console people in the background. You haven't seen me be real honest and be real blunt about when somebody's effing up. You haven't seen me giving actual professional advice. You haven't seen me you don't know. You really don't know. That's why I say even when the channel goes dark, when the button is off, you don't even understand how sometimes we have 2, 3 hour, 4 hour, even longer conversations just in the fucking back chat. After the show is done, after doing about a 4, 5, 6 hour stream, there'd be a whole additional 4 to 5 hours afterwards of still just chopping it up. A lot of y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. And a lot of people will sit there and just give whatever cliche statements that they think because they think that you should be how they want you to be. And I say you should get bent if you have expectations for me. Because you should expect to get to know me, not expect that whoever you think I am, I am. It's just that simple. The same way how I say, I don't give a fuck what I said last year. If I'm saying something different this year, you can't hold me to it because I literally hold development here. I'm not Kevin Hart. You can't ban me from the Grammys for some shit I said 8 years ago. I'm going to fucking Grammys. I'm going to the fucking Grammys. Or Oscars, whatever the fuck it was. It is what it is. You can't hold me to shit. Only I can hold me. This is why I even said about one of my last streams about accountability. You can't hold me accountable. You're a figure on the internet. You can't hold me accountable. You're someone on the internet. Especially if I don't give a shit about your thoughts. You can't hold me accountable. There really is no accountability. You can only call shit out. You can call out behavior. You can't hold me accountable. Because that means you would have to have some sort of power over me. You have none. Let's get that straight. We holding Resla accountable. No, you're just calling out your own particular perspective or bias or whatever the fuck it is. You're not holding nobody accountable. Because with all the dumb shit that I've heard plenty of people say on the internet, and they've been called out, motherfuckers, it don't stop them from saying it still. So if you're still repeating the same stupid ass behaviors, then no one has held you accountable. That's an internet talking point. It is what it is. I don't know what y'all be thinking. Y'all just so badly, especially y'all motherfuckers in the chat. Y'all want so badly to try to have power over somebody. And like I said, because a lot of you guys don't have any in your real life. So you think you can actually do something to somebody else. You can't do shit. I've even had stupid motherfuckers think, well, I'll flag your channel. You gonna take me off the internet? You be doing me a favor. Because the most important commodity of mine is time. I'm not monetized. If anything, this is me wasting it. This is me wasting my time because I'm not getting anything back for it. I appreciate the support. Don't get me wrong. But I see plenty of content, plenty of channels that get way more support than I do. Way more support. They get way more support and probably won't even have as much viewership, to be honest with you. But you think that somehow I'm going to bend the knee to you guys? Get bent. Get fucking bent. Somebody say, I rock with you, Resla. And then you get somewhere else and you're church mice. Will can be here in my chat. He could disappear. He can go live on his own shit. Maybe I'll see his other channel. And I'll start my live and I'll be like, sorry guys, I was doing this, I was doing that. I was a little late. Sorry, I was on Will's channel. I was on his panel. I was talking in the chat. Like, I even tell people where I was from. Hey, sorry guys, I was a little late. I was over at LA Will's channel. Some of y'all won't even know who the fuck that was. But I stated it. Hey, I was over there. We was having fun. We was chopping it up. Hey, I was over at Will's channel. We was chopping it up. That's what I do. I tell people where I was from. A lot of y'all go bounce from channel to channel to channel to channel. Y'all don't even tell motherfuckers where you came from. Unless you get redirected. You don't tell nobody where you came from. You don't tell nobody, hey, I was just chilling over at Restless. Y'all don't do that. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Lawrence, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? How you doing today? I'm good. I'm fine. And that's going to be the end of it. Hey, Resla, what's going on? Not much. Yo, I was just over at Lawrence panel. Shit was good. Now I'm here. Oh, really? What you guys talked about? And there'll be a whole conversation happening in the chat. Now you guys get into other people's panels like you just fucking woke up. Like you wasn't just sitting here watching 3 or 4 other people's fucking shit all day. Give nobody no shine. Don't even try to recommend anyone else's channel. That's even if you're a mod, by the way. You don't ever try to recommend someone else's channel. I can be in someone else's channel and be like, who do you go to? I go to this person. I go to that person. I go to this person. You know what? Love you guys. I'm about to dip. It is. And a lot of y'all be, you know what? And thank you for saying that, Lauren. Soft. A lot of you guys are soft ass. They be leaving the moment you get in. Like, no. Need to talk about this. Because you doing this shit. I don't want to hear this shit. The same way, how you don't see 20 large in here, you don't see 30 large in here, because why? I haven't dropped the link. They come in, oh shit, Restless Live. Let me go see what's going on. And they go, here's what they do. I'm gonna tell you what they do right now. They come into the platform, they click the channel, they see I'm live, they come into the chat. First things they do, they look to see how many people is in the chat live. They look to see how long I've been live for. Sorry, let me change that. Let me change that order. They come into the platform, they take a look to see how many people is live, because they're a live junkie. Then they look to see if there's a panel. Then they look to see how long I've been live. Resla's been on for 2 hours. Huh. And there's not many people here. And then they're going to say this. Well, I know why there's not many people here because it's not a panel. I'm going to leave too. And I'm like, okay, cool. No problem. But I perform regardless of it's freaking 3 people watching, 3 people watching, or 50 people watching. In fact, y'all see a motherfucker start chastising. Look at motherfuckers leaving right now. Because when I say shit they don't like, you start seeing the numbers drop quickly. Like, he calling me out. They all feel special. He calling me out singularly. He didn't even say my name. He just said me. I know he talking about me. Probably didn't even say shit in the chat. Just lurking like a motherfucker. Just lurking. I'm leaving. Some of them get so butthurt. They probably ain't say shit the entire time, but then they announce they're leaving. All you gotta do is click on the fucking X button. Why you gotta announce that you're leaving? I'm gonna leave. I'm unsubscribing. Huh? Okay. Like I can stop you. The fuck? You good? Go on. The fuck? Hey, thanks for stopping by. Fuck you, Resla. Thanks for stopping by. You'll never see me again. I don't even know when's the last time you spoke. Huh? When's the last time you spoke? Let me go scroll for a moment. When's the last time you spoke? It was. I've been up for 2 hours. Let's just say, like, I'm doing a fictional person. 2 hours. Let's see. What's like you spoke an hour and a half ago. Oh, but you're leaving. What the fuck? I didn't know you was here. The fuck are we doing here? I didn't even know you was here. Yeah, facts. That's a fact. They'll come in. I'm leaving. Oh, yeah, you're leaving? But you ain't speaking an hour and a half? And then you're back a little later? Link? What do you mean, Link? So lazy you can't even drop like, can't even ask the question, are we doing panels today? Hey, Resla, could you let me know the next time you're thinking about doing a panel? Like that, they just come in, link, question mark. Link, question mark. Hey, you know what we talking about today? No. Get the fuck off my... Get him an Uber. He gotta go. Gotta go. Just be trying to hit links to just start some shit. Any type of shit. More time, more problems, more bullshit. It's like you drop the link and they just start kidding. Here's their theme song. Gotta go to Mo's. Gotta do some more shit. More shit. That's what they doing. It's click on panels to do anything. I don't even know what we're talking about, guys. I'm just here to fucking get on the fuck shit. Well, who told you we're doing fuck shit? I mean, it's panels, right? So panels equate to fuck shit only? Well, yeah, these panels, what you said these. Like, there is not a plethora of panel channels out there. You hang out in the black sector? No. You hang out in the beef sector? No. You hang out in the financial sector? No. You hang out in the political sector? Well, yeah, we talk about politics. No. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that just strictly just do news cycles. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that'll sit there 1v1 arguing with you about Biden, Trump, or Harris, or whoever the fuck else they want to argue about. Specifically, what happened on the Senate floor? No, we don't do that. So where do you hang out in? The panelverse. By the way, something I've said from the jump, because they'll say, you're a part of, and keep in mind, I have several people do this from several different sectors. From at least 3 different sectors, people have said this. Resla is a part of our sector. Resla has never agreed once to any sector. Not one. I've never said I've been a part of a group. Because if I was a part of that group, you would probably see me circulating their spaces. No one can say that. I'm very reserved about where I go and who I spend time with. It's not because I don't fuck with them, it's because I don't fuck with the conversation. That's just it's really what it is. Some people just like, they make it a hobby or a habit, or this is their business. I get, and if this is your business, like if you got the subscriber base, let me say it this way. If YouTube is your full-time job, if being a content creator is your full-time job, I'm not going to fault you. Go show your face, go show your ass every time, everywhere you go, whatever. I don't fault you for that. This is your job. This is your job. But if this is not your job, AKA, you are a panel influencer, I don't get it. Yeah, Black Manosphere sector. They said I've been part of the Black Manosphere sector. I'm like, and that's what I think. That's what the funny part about it is, that that's where people should say that they know me the most, because that was the space I was in the longest. Most people who are even here subscribed to me, who see me on my live, have never seen me in that sector. I would say that the majority of people who are here either know me from when I was on Mel's channel or the A1 community when they raided. Most people do not know me from the Manosphere sector. They don't. Really? You was in that sector? Yeah. Most people don't know this. They do not. And I cannot do the Manosphere sector anymore, because the conversation is just, it's beyond help. The conversation is beyond help. It's not a conversation to be won. It's not a conversation to be won. Like, I didn't want to subscribe to an endless war. It's not even like a space. I'll be honest with you, it's not even a space for thinkers. It's not a space for doers. Just a space for complainers. And I know I know there are people who are watching who know me from those spaces, or they're in their spaces themselves who won't feel a way about that. But I said what I said. It's a space for people who just want to complain. There are people in that space who complain, who are not affected by any of the conversation that they bring up. People who are in phenomenal relationships, who are in good standings, who are single, who are in good long-standing relationships, those who don't want to, those who are bachelors and bachelorettes, but they're there not really for the conversation. They're there for rage bait. They're there to be triggered. They're there to get their buttons pushed. Why would I purposely want to go somewhere to have somebody piss on me? Why would I want to go anywhere for someone to purposefully piss me off? It's not entertaining. How many times we're just going to keep eating fish? I don't understand how we can still find it entertaining to talk about the same shit over and over again. That's like, just, you already have Cheetos stains on your fingers. How long can you keep eating Cheetos? You got Cheeto dust all on your keyboards, all on your fingers, under your fingernails. You've been eating the same Cheetos for. You're just like, I need more Cheetos. It's not. Different bag cover, which means it's different content creator, but talk about the same shit. I can't do it. New voice, same bullshit. Package it. To the point where almost anybody in those spaces these days, if they didn't literally start out branching out on their own, which means they don't even have a panel, by the way. That's literally what it means. They don't have a panel at all. Unless they're part of the manosphere sector and they don't have a panel. Pretty much anyone that you see in those panel spaces, you all know from Fight Club. I'm just going to be honest with you. You pretty much have seen them at Fight Club at one point or another. If you don't see them on Fight Club, they're literally a person who's a content creator. They don't do panels. So we're going to keep it a buck. We're just going to keep it a buck. The majority of people who keep circling around the manosphere sector for panels are someone that you can definitely attribute to at some point in time being on Fight Club. I didn't say being from, but absolutely being on Fight Club at one point in time. But there's a difference between, and this is why I say there's a difference between streaming and being a content creator. The same way how I say there's a difference between you being a, quote, influencer, like how they do on fucking Instagram and shit, and I still find them to be more content creators than panel influencers who don't even do content. You're worse than an actual social media influencer because at least they do content. You're worse than them. You're lazier than them. Because at least they do work. They post, they edit, they have a schedule or whatever. You guys who just turn around and you want to get known and very well liked and everything, and you don't do anything other than run your gums, but think that you can actually hold weight, I say shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because you built up a following and don't do shit. Shame on you. You can see Lawrence, this guy. Like, but this is the same way how you guys can say, like, you don't see my channel, you didn't see my channel explode. Because why? I did not engage in controversy. Because there are people sort of say, controversy sells. Absolutely. But you know what also sells? Information. No, every time I get information, it costs. Yeah, information costs, but it pays for itself. See, you guys want to be triggered so you can miss the entire message. All you want to care about is how you feel, not what you actually know. And you damn for sure can't walk away saying you learned something. Let me say that again for you. You want to be triggered so that you can feel something. You don't even know what you really have heard, and you damn for sure have not learned anything from it. Which means, ergo, it is a waste of your time and potential and energy. A waste, a complete waste. Now, do what you want. You're an adult. End of the day. You gotta ask yourself, am I being productive? What has this actually brought to me? How can I say that this has made my life better? You don't have an answer for that. Don't know what you're doing. I can't spend my time focused on something that would not make my life better. This is why when everybody's still running around talking about this whole male shit, I'm like, y'all still talking about this? Huh? Why? Okay, I mean, y'all want to talk about it, whatever. I don't get it, though. Like, I don't get it. Whatever. Like, I don't be getting it. I'm like, well, why are we still doing this? And I think it's because they don't know what else to do because they're ambulance chasing. Let's just be honest. If you run a good clinic and everybody's healthy, well, you might be out of business. So if it means you got to start keeping people on treatment because you've been curing too many people, and that's what it is. We got to keep motherfuckers in here on life support so we can keep the lights on. So we can, and then really when I say the lights, is to keep relevant. Because it means that the only way you can stay relevant is if you're controversial. I want a community, I want the kind of growth where we don't need to be controversial in order to mean something. But that means we need to do what other people don't do and be respected for it. But what I've learned is that you guys like junk food. You walk away not any better. You eat it again, it's empty calories. You're not getting fat off of it. You're not getting healthy from it. You ain't learning shit from it. And then you get to me and you're like, Resla, I like what you say. I like your takes and you're very thoughtful about it. And you take your time and you present your facts and then you talk about things and whatever. I'm like, But don't you want to talk about the. No, I don't. I really don't. Oh no, they make meals of it. There are people, Hornet. There are just like there are people who eat McDonald's every day who don't know when's the last time they drink water. They only drink Coke. That's these people in these spaces. They eat that same junk food every day. Drink it every day. Same shit. Same or not different creators, or not even different. Same or adjacent creators. Because at this point, outside of their face, they do the same shit. They do the same shit. One might be more popular than the other, but there's no way to believe that when they talk, they don't talk about each other or reference each other or go to each other's spaces. Or same brand of chips, different package. Well, listen, it doesn't matter if you're getting the originals or if you're getting the Cool Ranch. They're still Doritos. That's just what it is. Different color packaging, same ass chips. I can't do it. They're like, we want until they come up with something where they're like, so for like Fatty, Team Fatty, he does his thing. Awesome content creator. But even when he invited me to come up on his platform, it was for a topic that was outside of DNP. I had to realize quickly that the people who I was dealing with are people who also engage in DNP. And I was like learning them like, where this is going. I still respect Fatty as hell. I wish I could have more conversations or more topics to even engage with him. I mean, I'm more busy now than I was before, but I just don't want to engage in DNP. I mean, he can make his money how he wants to make his money. Like I said, I respect his hustle, but I can't say that I would have. I could have a conversation about DNP and feel like I walked away learning something. Not after over a decade of being around that space. What could I possibly learn? How much more can I hear about married men screaming about relationships? Like, how long you been married for? I've been married for 28 years. Why are you over here bitching about women when you got your whole wife? Why? And I'm paying for my kids and they're in college and they're just not leaving the home and everything. We guys sit here and talk about DNP. Why? That shit doesn't make sense to me. When's the last time you seen another P? You've been with the same one for how long? You turn around and challenge the motherfucker. Well, no, I got mine. Why? So why are you up here? Why are you up here advocating for single people? The fuck are we doing? Why are you sitting here advocating for a marketplace that you're not a part of? No fucking sense. It's the equivalent of talking to a business professor who's never owned a business. Why would I want to take business advice from you? You've done zero. This is why they turn around and say those who don't do teach. Like don't teach me shit. Don't teach me shit. Especially if you don't know about what's new out here. Don't teach me shit. Don't try to teach me shit. If you don't have proven results yourself and a proven method for success, not just what worked for you, that I tried it these ways, and don't tell me that basically, no, stop. This is why when I have people that turn around and say, you at least have to have something, some proven metrics for me that I can say, And then normally when I end up talking with people, I'm listening to what you're saying. Like, there are motherfuckers that still come to me talking about, oh, Resla, your channel can get better and you can become monetized if you use affiliate marketing. You think affiliate links is going to work? When did you discover this? Really? You think so? Yeah, if you put affiliate links, who's going to buy it? Who's going to buy it? Hey, if you put Amazon, an Amazon link down there, Amazon wish list, a link of all your favorite stuff, who's going to buy it? If people are not thinking about becoming content creators, who the fuck is going to click it to buy it? It's a waste of time. It's just that simple. It's not difficult to understand. And most people are not thinking long-term strategy. That's why I look at a lot of areas for panels, by the way, and I akin it to being a stripper. It's fast money. The money's too fast. Some people are really good at stripping. They are really good strippers. They are on that pole night in, night out. They even get put in extra shifts. They deem it strip in the early day. They are really good at stripping. Others want to know how to strip and are not good at dancing. They falling off the pole. They can't get a grip. They come out fully clothed. Like, they can't dance for shit. That's what it's like. So it is what it is. Let me just go lead them to it. All right, guys. But I think it's gonna be enough. That's enough of my ranting. I'm gonna take off. I can't say when I'm gonna be back. It'll probably be over the weekend though. And then of course, OG and I will be doing the DVD coming up this Sunday. I just realized what time it is now, so I've got about less than 5 hours, way less than 5 hours before I have to get up and go to work. So I'm gonna try to get whatever little sleep I can. But we'll see what happens from there. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna be doing because I'm trying to work on a few things for some content. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. And to then, I'll tell you what I tell you all the time. Just take care of yourselves, keep yourselves safe, and of course, just stay smart. Stay smart out there. Like, you don't gotta just agree and cop to everything. Make yourself productive. Stop being somebody else's tools. Later, y'all.